Hey guys, welcome back to another very interesting video of our channel Versatile Knowledge. And today we'll be doing the comparison between two smartphones that we have here in our studio, that is the LG G8X ThinQ and the Xiaomi Mi 10i. So these two smartphones fall in the bracket of 20,000 to 30,000 rupees price range. To start things off with, I'll actually talk about the network and connectivity as the first topic of comparison. The most important deciding factor between these two devices, or the purchase element or the USP of these two devices, fall when you put the 5G into consideration. This device comes with the Snapdragon 750G, which is a 5G capable chipset, and this has a Snapdragon 855, which is just a 4G chipset. And the most important deciding factor for most people, I guess, would be 5G. And currently these two smartphones are available on sale as well, for open sale. And if you guys already know, LG G8X is like a legendary smartphone, and a lot of people have already purchased this phone and have been using it for a long time. First important thing is the network and connectivity. Both devices have excellent Bluetooth connectivity and Wi-Fi connectivity. This comes with the latest Wi-Fi 6 technology, whereas this has the older version of Wi-Fi because of the older chipset. The most important deciding factor would be the presence of the 5G on the Mi 10i. Mi 10i actually supports two important 5G bands, which is the N77 and N78 5G bands, which actually seems like these two bands will be covered in the Indian 5G spectrum, which will be rolled out in next couple of months, and the 5G rollout might be happening in the last quarter of 2021. So what I would like to say is, within the next 1 year or within the next 12 months time, the 5G will be beta tested successfully, and the rollout for general public would have been available completely all across India. So if you put 5G into consideration in the network and connectivity department, this actually wins the race, that is the Xiaomi Mi 10i. So what is about the call quality on both the devices? One important thing that I've observed on flagship quality devices is the call quality, the call reception, and the amount of noise cancellation that the device can provide will be actually higher on flagship devices, and that is my experience with the LG G8X ThinQ as well. The call quality, the cellular call reception, the noise that it can reduce is fantastic on this device. I have never actually experienced any sort of disturbance in calls or something like that. There is only one quirk with respect to the call quality on the LG G8X ThinQ is when you're using this dual screen case, what happens is, since the earpiece and microphone is present on your phone, right? So since it is present on this surface, the microphone sometimes cannot actually take up lower tones, or when you are whispering to the opposite person, it will not actually catch. When you open the phone from this case and start using the phone as a standalone device, then the call quality is crystal clear. When we talk about Mi 10i, call quality is good in this phone as well. You will not have any complaints with that device. Now let's talk about the next important point, that is the design and build quality of both these devices. This device was actually dropped and we have got a screen replacement. In terms of overall build quality, it is actually a tie between both these devices. This device has a glass back protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 5, and it has a Corning Gorilla Glass 5 front, and it is made up of a plastic frame. LG G8X ThinQ, on the other hand, has a aluminium frame, which is a metallic frame, Corning Gorilla Glass 5 protected back, and Corning Gorilla Glass 6 protected display on the front surface of the LG G8X ThinQ. In terms of heft and everything, both feels equally good. It has actually a heft of 215 grams or something, but when we are talking about the standalone phone itself, when we talk about the LG G8X ThinQ, it is much more lighter because of the fact it has a smaller display, and if we put it inside a case, obviously size of this device will go up. When I started using this phone with the case as a daily driver, initially I used to feel a lot of heft, but now I've got used to it, and now I actually like it using with the case itself, because it is actually a head turner. When you're going to a shop and paying to the person using Phone Pay or Google Pay, it will actually gain a lot of attention, and a lot of people turn and ask. Many people have asked me which is this phone because of the fact that it has a dual screen display. It feels really good to hold in the hand because of the fact that it has a textured back material on the back case, which was provided along with the phone inside the box itself. It was very unfortunate on my part because it fell down and I had to get it replaced, which was having a one-time free replacement as well. We have done a complete video about how this phone got damaged and how we got replacement and everything. Two videos are there already on the channel. I'll be linking those two videos. You can go ahead and watch it, and you will get to know what actually happened with our LG G8X ThinQ. So when we talk about the design design and build quality, it is actually a tie in my opinion. Now let's talk about the display on this device. Xiaomi Mi 10i has a 120 Hz LCD display and the LG G8X ThinQ has a 60 Hz OLED display. So it is a 60 Hz OLED on both the surfaces, and the refresh rate is 60 Hz and touch sampling rate is also 60 Hz on this device. Whereas on the other hand, the Xiaomi Mi 10i has 120 Hz super fast LCD display. What do I think about the display on both the devices? Except one factor, which is the outdoor visibility of LG G8X ThinQ is not as high as the outdoor visibility of the Xiaomi Mi 10i. In all the other departments, the LG G8X ThinQ actually beats the Mi 10i. The LG G8X ThinQ OLED display is fantastic, guys. Colors are actually vibrant, colors are actually bright. When we talk about the LCD display on the Mi 10i, it is a fantastic display as well. Don't get me wrong, the colors are quite natural, colors are on the flatter side. Even though when you tweak the colors that is present in the settings of the display, you will be able to get some very good colors and very vibrant colors on this device as well. But when you are watching a movie and there are some black bars that is present, this will actually display those black bars somewhere like a gray color or something. But when you are watching a movie on Netflix or on other platforms, that black bar will be hidden with the help of the OLED display. How it can actually switch off all those pixels on this OLED display. In display department, this device actually wins. This device actually has a fantastic display, and Widevine L1 certification is present on both Netflix and Amazon Prime Video platforms, guys. I'm able to watch full HD movies on both Amazon Prime Video and Netflix platforms, whereas on the LG G8X ThinQ, because of the software, they have not updated the software right from the day I have purchased this phone. This does not play full HD videos on Amazon Prime Video platforms, whereas on Netflix it can still play full HD videos easily. And the HDR video quality that is played on YouTube in 1080p resolution is fantastic on this device. When it comes to display, apart from two quirks that I told, that is the outdoor visibility of this device and it is not able to play the full HD videos on Amazon Prime Video platform. In all the other department, I actually like the OLED display of 60 Hz resolution on the LG G8X ThinQ rather than the Mi 10i. Now let's talk about the higher refresh rate and how is my experience with it on both these devices. When I'm actually using the higher refresh rate on the Snapdragon 750G that is present at 120 Hz, it really feels very smooth. If you guys know, the 120 Hz LCD display that is present on the Poco X2 feels really choppy. From the last two updates, what they have actually done is the device actually feels really slow and laggy for some reason, guys, but that is not the case when we talk about the Mi 10i's 120 Hz LCD display. 120 Hz higher refresh rate and 240 Hz touch sampling rate on this device is exceptional. It really helps in terms of gaming department, and also the overall UI feels really smooth. But that doesn't take away the fact that app opening times and other overall system interface feels more faster because of the flagship chipset that is present on the G8X ThinQ. Even though this has a 60 Hz OLED display, it will just take an hour or two of using this smartphone to get adjusted to the 60 Hz OLED display. I would actually say that higher refresh rate is not a thing that is here to stay for a long time. I would actually still feel that it is a good to have feature. It is not something that is must have in my opinion. I'm actually okay with a 60 Hz OLED rather than a 120 Hz LCD. Now when we spoke about the app opening times and things, how can we not talk about the performance on both these devices? Snapdragon 855 versus the Snapdragon 750G on the two devices. The performance on both these devices are fantastic, guys. You cannot actually feel that it is laggy or choppy in any situation on the Mi 10i, and the overall UI interface feels really fast and it is very smooth. Apart from the Google Discover page that is present on this device, all the other scenarios are fantastic in terms of the overall system interface for performance. Now let's talk about where this flagship chipset actually makes a difference. Flagship chipset actually makes a difference of just a split second between this device, and it actually opens apps little bit faster, and there are higher graphic settings that is available on PUBG Mobile as well. So that is where this device actually takes a lead. It will not lag in any situation. What I was talking about, the Google Discover feed, this device does not give a lag in that page as well. The overall device is fantastic. If I do a 4K video recording of some 30 minutes or something, this device actually heats up and it gives a lot of lag in other system interface when I have even stopped the video recording as well. For day-to-day life, for normal applications, for light gaming or something, you will never feel a difference. But when we are talking about heavy tasks, recording a lot of 4K videos, when you are editing them back on your device, uploading the video to social media or YouTube or something, keeping multiple tabs on Google Chrome browser, many other heavy things as such, flagship processor of 2019 easily beats Snapdragon 750G of 2021. And let me do a quick speed test comparison between the Snapdragon 750G on the Mi 10i and the Snapdragon 855 on the LG G8X ThinQ to show you guys the settings that is available on PUBG as well as the app opening speeds on both these devices. As you guys can see here, we have the two devices, the legendary LG G8X ThinQ and the Xiaomi Mi 10i. Let me go ahead and connect to the same Wi-Fi network on both the devices, guys. Let me go ahead and clear all the background tasks that is present on both the devices. Let me go ahead and do the reboot test first, and later we will determine which device actually boots up things faster. So this is tap to reboot window over here on the Xiaomi device, and power off to restart window is present on the LG device over here. We will have to just tap on this quickly to reboot the device in 3, 2 and 1. So both the devices have switched off successfully, and it actually feels like the LG G8X ThinQ is going ahead and taking the lead over here. As you guys can see, the LG G8X ThinQ has already booted up, and Xiaomi's boot animation is present over here now. By the way, both these devices are running on the Android 10, guys. This has the latest security patch, whereas this device rarely get updates, as you guys already know. And this device has booted up successfully, you just saw, and this device is still taking time to boot up. Let me go ahead and put the password to my device and open the device. Device has opened up successfully, and this device just took a lot of time to boot. LG G8X ThinQ has just won the reboot test. I'll be quickly opening some basic applications, guys. First thing is, I will actually show you how choppy is this device in terms of the Google Discover feed. As you can see, loading this Google Discover feed, and it feels really choppy and laggy. And this is what I tell about the Mi 10i, guys. The user experience actually hampers with this choppiness that is present on the Google Discover feed. When we talk about the Google Discover feed on this device, there is no lags, there is no choppiness whatsoever. Now let's go ahead and open the Google Play Store application in 3, 2. a slight lead in terms of opening PUBG Mobile. And the highest graphics that is available, HD guys, there is no HDR as well. Now, as you can see, option will be available, and there is no extreme frame rate as well that is present on this device. LG G8X ThinQ, as you can see, actually having Ultra HD graphics as well. Currently, I'm using HDR at extreme, and the performance is fantastic, guys. One thing I actually forgot while recording this video was about the speaker quality on both the devices. When we talk about the base of speakers, the Mi 10i is certainly better. Sound quality and crystal clear sound output, the LG G8X is better. It has DTS-X 3D surround sound as well. Both devices have stereo speaker setup. The stereo speaker output is fantastic. Sound separation on the Mi 10i is slightly better because the sound separation on the LG G8X ThinQ is slightly tinier on the top speaker, on the heavier side on the bottom speaker. And the sound from the internal microphone, LG is far better because of the presence of that Meridian tuned 32-bit hi-fi quad DAC. And now let's talk about another important factor, which is the battery and charging. So in battery battery and charging, Mi 10i actually takes the lead by a huge margin. I can easily get somewhere around 6+ hours of screen on time on the Mi 10i, whereas there is only somewhere around 4 hours or 4.5 hours of screen on time on the LG G8X ThinQ. Especially when I'm using the dual screen case and I'm doing some heavy work or something, device actually drains battery a lot faster. And with single screen, or when I'm using just the smartphone and no dual screen is present, battery life increases by somewhere around 40 minutes or something. Apart from that, there is nothing special about the battery life. That is actually obvious because this has only a 4000 mAh battery, which will be driving two different screens at a single instant of time. This has over 4700 mAh battery. It also has faster charging. This has 33 watt fast charging support. You plug it in just under 1 hour, this will be 100%. And this has support for 18 watt fast charging, and even with the fast charger that I have actually used, it will take more than 2 hours to charge from 0 to 100%. So this is with respect to the battery and charging on the LG G8X ThinQ and the Mi 10i. Mi 10i easily wins in the battery and charging department. Now let's talk about the camera performance on both these devices. And in camera performance, what I would like to say is, in photo department it is a tie, and in video department the LG G8X ThinQ wins with a huge margin. Mi 10i has a 108 megapixel primary camera, which is the Samsung lens. This has a 12 megapixel camera. I'm not talking about the megapixel resolution. When we just take a look at the photos that has been shot on both these devices in natural or daylighting condition, both these devices perform exceptionally well. When we talk about the color reproduction of the camera that is present, LG wins in that. Colors are extremely natural and there is a sense of satisfaction when you take these photographs, whereas the colors are more on the saturated side or on the vibrant side on the Mi 10i. When we talk about the ultra wide angle shots, it is a tie. What I felt is, on previous Xiaomi devices, ultra wide angle camera had a lot of distortion in terms of colors, or a lot of change in terms of colors when we compare to the main camera, but the ultra wide angle camera on both these devices is a tie. When we talk about the selfie camera, Mi 10i beats the LG G8X ThinQ, and also there is a focus issue on this device. You guys would be knowing, when we are installing Gcam and doing all those tricks, that focus issue will be solved, but the front camera quality on this device is a lot better on the Mi 10i in my opinion. When we talk about that two macro cameras and depth cameras, I don't need to discuss that because the portrait mode on this device is far better when we talk about the dedicated depth sensor on this device. It has a 2 megapixel dedicated depth sensor, but without a depth sensor, this can do better portrait mode shots on the G8X ThinQ, and there is no need of that stupid 2 megapixel macro camera in my opinion. So I would rather not talk about that. When we talk about the video recording capabilities, with 4K 60 FPS, this has stabilization. With 4K 30 FPS, this does not have stabilization. It does not have even electronic image stabilization. Videos shake as hell on the Mi 10i. On the 1080p 60 FPS, the stabilization actually kicks in, but that is also not some optical image stabilization or something. Whereas on the LG G8X ThinQ, there is optical image stabilization present on both the normal camera and the ultra wide angle camera, and the front camera also has good amount of electronic image stabilization on the LG G8X ThinQ. The LG G8X ThinQ has 4K video recording that is present from the front camera as well, which is a fantastic thing in my opinion. And another most important differentiating factor which would make me tell that LG G8X ThinQ has a better camera is the possibility of recording the sounds using the external microphone on the default camera application. Connect an external microphone to the Mi 10i and start recording using the external microphone. This will not work. This issue has been there on Xiaomi devices since 2013 or 14 guys, but still that issue has not been fixed. You have to use a third-party camera application such as an open camera or a Google camera application to drive the sounds from the external microphone. If you're doing some YouTube videos or something, you can just put this smartphone on a tripod and record using front camera from the external microphone to get some amazing quality sounds from the LG G8X ThinQ. Now let's talk about the fingerprint scanner performance. This device has a fingerprint scanner on the power button, and this is faster by a huge margin guys. This device has an in-display fingerprint scanner which is very slow. I've used the in-display fingerprint scanner, and if your finger is dry or something, and if your finger is too wet also, this actually does not unlock. So LG G8X ThinQ loses in the fingerprint department, and the Xiaomi Mi 10i has a fantastic fingerprint scanner which has a very low failure rate as well. So what is the comparison of these two devices in terms of security and privacy? Currently this device is running on the December security patch, which is December 2020, and this device is still running on the October security patch guys. Xiaomi does not have a good reputation in terms of security and privacy. There was that Mi browser issue, there was a bloatware issue, and a lot of things are there. LG is a South Korean mobile company and this is a Chinese mobile company. As an end consumer, I would feel this would be more secure. The reputation of Xiaomi devices in terms of security and privacy, since it is not good, it might lose out on this round, but Xiaomi has actually worked hard to bring back its reputation in terms of the security and privacy of data. Xiaomi devices have worked a lot on their MIUI to add a lot of privacy features. There is privacy protection in the settings settings that is available, and they have worked a lot to keep Indian data in Indian servers itself. There is this Xiaomi keyboard that is present, which takes some dangerous permissions, which will make me actually feel this device is slightly more secure and slightly more good in terms of the privacy department. Now let's talk about the software and support on both the devices. In software and support, Xiaomi actually wins by a huge margin. In terms of software optimization, actually LG has done a fantastic job to drive both these displays and to give excellent software optimization on the LG G8X ThinQ. And because of the fact that LG UI was not so good previously, they have improved a lot these days. But still, this is running on the Android 10. I'm not sure when the Android 11 will come, and there is no regular software updates that this device will get. But the Mi 10i actually gets regular software updates. Currently, I've got only one software update because this has been just 1 month old. They will keep pushing a lot of software updates to this device as well. LG's smartphone business, you guys already know, is quite under huge loss, and software updates might be hampered with that problem as well. So in terms of software department, this device is very good. My service center experience with LG G8X ThinQ has been quite good, and Xiaomi has also improved their service support and their network of service centers throughout India as well. Now let's talk about my overall experience with the LG G8X ThinQ and the Xiaomi Mi 10i. When you're using the LG G8X ThinQ, there is a sense of satisfaction, there is a sense of wowness that is present when you're using this device, because this is a normal candy bar style smartphone, guys, and nobody would actually ask you what is this phone, right? But when you're using an LG G8X ThinQ, the experience is just next level. When you're using this smartphone and when you are talking with someone on a call, or when you're using it by opening this, and when you're doing something like this, when you're playing a game on this device and using the gamepad like this, and when you're watching a movie by keeping it on a table, showing the different application to your friend like this, and you are using a different application here, this is what increases the overall experience. And what I would like to rate is, in terms of overall usage experience, LG is way ahead on the LG G8X ThinQ. Don't get me wrong, this is fantastic and a very practical device for most users, right? But for a smartphone enthusiast like me, overall usage experience on this device, that is the LG G8X ThinQ, is far better when we talk about the comparison. I'm not even exaggerating. It is just a normal candy bar style smartphone, and this is not a head turner. But LG G8X ThinQ is certainly a head turner, and it will raise a lot of eyebrows in my opinion. So that's it for the detailed comparison between the Xiaomi Mi 10i and the LG G8X ThinQ. Do let me know what you guys think about such kind of videos. If you guys want me to make more such videos, let me know in the comment section below. If you guys have liked this video, please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more interesting content like this one. Thank you for watching, guys.